go, motherfucker! It's your boy, Eat That Pussy 445, man. And I'm here up in this fucking bitch, and it's time for the Fantasy Outsiders podcast. Let's go, little bitch!
Yeah, welcome to the Bake This Fuck edition.
Oh, yeah. Brian, how we doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Like to hear? Excellent.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too. So, Thursday night game. Wasn't a high-scoring fantasy game.
Stinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The top player was David Montgomery with 15.4 points.
Hey, that was your sleeper Hogren.
I don't remember if he was or not, but
Yeah.
I'm always a David
Thanks.
Montgomery fan. You guys know that. I've been rooting for that man to be good since his rookie
Oh,
year last year.
you were hyping him up.
Oh yeah, and
You
last
were-
year he fell short.
You were a little too hyping him up
Yeah,
last year.
he definitely fell short. But now that Tariq Cohen is gone,
Oh, he's
like
definitely...
this was the first game of like no Tariq Cohen, and he puts up 15, and
Yeah.
he didn't really get a lot of yards,
Yeah, he finished...
but he got a lot of catches.
He had 10 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown, and
That's
7
terrible.
receptions for 30 yards. So
2.9 yards a carry. That's terrible.
nice. And you're feeling good, especially where you drafted him at, like in the 7th or 8th round.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was
that's
that
very
touchdown
worth it.
saved him.
it did save him.
It saved his night.
And like with my team, he was my bench running back.
Yeah.
And my team got decimated, so now he has to be in my starting lineup. So like if he's gonna give me 15,
Yeah.
I'll take that every single time.
Always take that.
Every single time.
And then finishing second for the night was Tom Brady with 14.1 points, had 253 yards and a touchdown.
You're kind of mad if you played.
And
Tom
that was
Brady.
the second highest fantasy score. So this game was just all defense.
But-
It was a good game.
Way to go, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady's showing he didn't really throw for a whole lot and not really any touchdowns.
Did he throw any picks?
He threw no picks,
No picks.
just one touchdown, 250
He
yards.
was
So
just under pressure a lot.
yeah,
The
both
Chicago D is tough.
defenses stepped up tonight.
Yeah.
They definitely did. The line for the Bears and the Bucks were going crazy.
Bro, how are the Bears 4-1?
Crazy.
The
Who else did they
Bears.
beat? They beat the Bucks. They beat
The Lions in that-
the Falcons.
Yeah. They've had two come from behind wins with
Yep.
the Lions and the Falcons, and
they
then
lost to the Colts.
and then they
Yeah, they
lost to
lost
the
to
Colts,
Colts.
and then they beat the Giants 17-13. Week 2, that was a really close game. The Giants have actually been kind of like keeping it close with teams.
Yeah, their defense is
I don't-
actually not as
yeah.
bad as you think.
It's very interesting, except for that Niners game that they were just run all over.
Yeah,
That was
crazy.
Like last week 17-9 against the Rams. That was a close game, especially for their offense being so bad.
Yeah.
Like their defense is actually stepping up to keep them in. So, and then tying for third was Ronald Jones with 14 points and Allen Robinson with 14 points.
So these are a couple good games in a row for Ronald Jones.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Allen Robinson.
And he's
Oh, yeah.
getting a lot of carries.
If Allen
Yes.
Robinson had a touchdown today, it would have been like, damn, like he had a crazy game. He had 10
Yeah.
receptions for 90 yards, which is like good.
Yeah. If he gets that touchdown, it's like he
It's like,
balled
damn,
out.
like he had a crazy game. But you'll take 14. And then Ronald Jones had 17 carries for 106 yards and 3 receptions for 19 yards.
Did you see that thing where they were saying that Leonard Fournette is just there
He's
for
their
emergencies?
he's their emergency running back now,
Like,
which
what?
is like, damn, like they got him
is he
for-
really not going to get any fucking
That's
PT?
how you know.
I
That
think
this
it was-
sucks.
I think it was just for the game.
it is because he's hurt, like he's coming back from injury. But I don't know. I mean, if Ronald Jones is balling out and their
Yeah.
backup,
No, Ronald Jones is
Keyshawn
your
Wright
guy.
or
He's
whatever.
getting 15 plus carries every single game.
yeah.
That's
So-
that's a main running back.
I mean, 17 carries for 106 yards against a good defense is pretty good too.
So is Ronald
Absolutely.
Jones a low end RB2?
That's a
No.
flex play.
That's a flex.
Yeah, because I was going to say,
Yeah.
I don't think he's a low end RB2 just yet.
That's a pretty decent to solid flex play.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with the Bucks is they just spread the ball so much that like he's not gonna be very touchdown
And
dependent.
Mike Evans caught another 2-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and Mike Evans is going crazy too.
So we know where
What
the
did he
goal line
finish?
work is.
He only
going.
finished with 12 though.
Yeah, he got,
12.6.
40 yards.
And so really, if he didn't catch that touchdown, it would have been like, damn,
Stinker.
Mike Evans really screwed me. He finished with, nothing. That's crazy. 5 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown.
So that would have been like 9 points.
Yeah, it would have been 7 If in half point PPR, that's 2.5 plus 4.1. That's 6.9. Nice. Yeah, nice. He would have finished with that, but with the touchdown,
Grow up,
a little
will
bit,
you?
A little bit more. So, getting into our first segment, the biggest matchups of the week.
All right, so for mine, I picked the Baltimore and Cincinnati game, and
Okay.
it's being named the Baltimore buy-in because there's so many fantasy options that are in this game. So we have hold on, for real. We have Lamar, Mark Andrews, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd, Marquise Brown, even AJ Green. A lot of those players are like.
I think you
Viable
forgot about T. Higgins.
I think you forgot about Mr. Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram too.
Mark Ingram.
Like this game has a lot of fantasy players that are relevant in it, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a game for Joe Mixon where he's going to come back to reality a little bit, and he's
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. And then also he's going up against the seventh best defense against fantasy running backs.
Yeah.
But I still see Joe Mixon getting a solid 13 minimum this week. I feel like the Bengals finally realized if they
If
want to.
Cincinnati scores early, I think it's going to be with Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the biggest game that this is for is Lamar Jackson this week. This is like the Lamar Jackson redemption tour.
So Lamar, he had a knee injury, and then they said it was an illness, and then on NFL it says knee /
He hasn't
illness.
practiced 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row, but they said that he will play
Yeah,
on Sunday. Marquise Brown also had a knee problem earlier in the week, but he practiced fully today, so he's good.
Yeah.
And then Mark Andrews has a thigh injury, and they said to stay tuned to the Friday injury report because that will tell if he's really going to play or not.
He'll be a king.
Yeah,
He'll have the little cue by him all the way
He'll
up
probably
until
play.
They'll probably play.
yeah, but I feel like that game has a lot of potential for a lot of players.
I think
A
so.
lot of big time players too. Like those are some good players.
I think it really is the start of Lamar Jackson's like, hey, like if I want to
And
be
if he
fantasy
doesn't?
relevant, yeah, and if he doesn't, then it's like, damn, you can't even put up against
because
Cincinnati.
he's had over 25 twice.
I mean, it is a division game, so defenses always show up for division games somehow.
I feel like that's a game where both teams score over 25.
Yeah, and
It's a division game.
Yeah,
Like
I could see the
those
Bengals
never
putting up.
show up. Like those never go according to plan.
No,
The game plans are always
especially the
going out
Bengals for the first time in years have a decent offense.
Oh, yeah.
I
that
feel
they
like
can-
they'll keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks.
And
'cause,
if
like,
Lamar comes out looking like he's looked the last couple weeks,
Yeah.
like not stellar, just whatever,
Yeah.
you know, then it's like now that gives them even more of a chance to just make it competitive at least.
I do
Yeah.
bet you he rips off a 30, 40-yard touchdown on this week himself.
the whole season he's been pretty dependent on his rushing ability. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Last week he had 53 yards and a touchdown and only threw for 193 and 2 touchdowns and an interception, but finished with 25 fantasy points.
Yeah.
So it was
misleading.
That's
Misleading.
nice.
Yeah, it was definitely his
Give it to
rushing
him.
ability. And the game before that, he had 83 yards. So
Jeez.
if he can run all over Cincinnati, then he's probably in for a pretty good game. My biggest matchup of the week is the Vegas and Kansas City game. Oh, were you done?
Yeah. I was
Oh, okay, my bad.
Whoa,
I was just trolling you.
The troll. The troll.
We need to get a camera so we can
Yeah.
see the trolls.
There's always a lot of trolling going on.
Justin's arms flailed before he talked, and I trolled him.
Arms, you know, they're just always moving.
Gotta be
I don't
moving.
know, yeah. But anyways, so this game I think has a lot of fantasy implications for a lot of big players like Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, even on the Vegas side with Derek Carr. If you play him,
Josh
league,
Jacobs.
I feel like Derek Carr is actually going to slowly get played in a lot of leagues.
He hasn't thrown a pick yet.
It's crazy.
What?
He hasn't. No.
Really?
8 touchdowns.
Good for Derek.
Yeah,
1,095
about time.
yards, 8 touchdowns, no picks.
That's nice.
He
2
is
touchdowns a game.
He's the 17th ranked fantasy quarterback, which is but he had 13 points week 1, and then since then he's had 20. He's had over 20 twice and 15 week 3. So, and Kansas City's going to score a lot of points. So
It's
he could
funny because
definitely.
that's like right where Lamar's scoring is.
I think Lamar's only like 14.
Yeah.
So he's kind of
He's right there.
He's kinda
neck and
right
neck
there.
with
Lamar's
Derek
top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
You're probably right. Well, anyways, so
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right.
what was I looking at?
Bovada.
I probably was
He's
looking
like
at
the 8th
Bovada.
ranked quarterback.
He is 8th ranked quarterback.
Dang,
What was I
this
looking
guy was
at?
a stud.
Hey, I had to get fact checked. So thank you for fact checking me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thanks, bro.
Good look.
Tyreek Hill will probably have a good game. I feel like.
Clyde Edwards.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of points. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a big
It's
game.
a lot of points, but the Chiefs win by 10.
Oh, I think the Chiefs win by like 14 to 17.
So it might be one of those games where Tyreek Hill just has 40 points.
off
200
of,
yards, 3 touchdowns.
off of like 4 receptions,
I
like
hate that.
like
I think it's a
like a
35 point.
60-yard bomb, and then like a 40-yard bomb, and then maybe
And
like
then, a 12-yard touchdown.
yeah.
But what
Another
about
player I think is 35 plus points is Alvin Kamara this week.
Okay.
He's gonna tear up the Chargers.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
He's gonna fucking tear him up on Monday night.
You think Darren Waller has a bounce back game? He's been good the whole
He's
year,
a
but
PPR stud.
yeah, he is a PPR stud. He had 11.3 last week in PPR, but had a fumble, so he could have had 13. And then the week before that against New England, he only had 9 yards on
Right.
2 catches.
That's New England though.
No, yeah, that's New England. So you think he has
With Gilmore.
a good game this week
Yeah, they
against
put
Kansas
Gilmore
City?
on him.
Yeah.
think
I don't
he
know.
will.
Kansas City's defense is like actually good this year.
yeah?
His prediction's 11.3. How are we feeling about that?
I'm saying that's spot on.
I think that's pretty.
I'm thinking like 10.5.
I think he gets anywhere between 9 and 12. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's pretty.
That's his
spot
range.
on. Yeah,
I feel that.
definitely.
He's a dependent tight end, though.
He is.
I mean,
I
aren't all tight ends really?
But the tight
Besides
end,
Kittle
the tight
and
end
Kelsey.
position is so like limited.
Yeah.
Like so, even if you get 8 points from your tight end, it's like damn. Like I guess I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause unless you have Kelsey, then it's like damn. Like I kind of need
Got
some
robbed.
more. Like Kelsey's predicted 13.5 for this game,
Nice.
and even if he gets 13.5, it's like that's good. But like
You
you're
need more
You're
for
kind
that
of you're
value.
kind of hoping near like 20 for
And
Kelsey.
honestly, so far I think Kittle has been like
well, I mean,
And
end to
one
end
game,
last
though.
year.
I mean,
Bro.
Kittle is
But like
just last week just looked.
I never
absolutely
felt
insane.
like Kittle was like that dude until like late in last year.
Okay, but like this
Yeah.
year, though, the hype is after one game against the Eagles.
Bro.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to
Prove it.
like prove it again. Definitely. What's your game of the week's fun?
I put Atlanta, Carolina, right?
You did, yeah. Atlanta, Carolina.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Todd Gurley and Calvin Ridley and Julio.
Is Julio gonna play?
He is questionable right now and still hasn't practiced. So, but they do like playing Julio. I don't know why they don't just
Bro,
put him on the
sit
IR.
down.
Yeah,
Get that man healthy so he's not fucked. the
that's
whole
what we were
year.
talking about last week. Put him on the 3-week IR because their next 3 games are pretty bad. So they can afford. I mean, they are 0-4 though. So I don't think they can afford
So you're
anything.
trying to see what's up with that. If Julio doesn't play, do you play Russell Gage? Do you play Zacchaeus?
Zacchaeus, yeah, he had a good game last week.
And then on Carolina too, like Robbie Anderson's looking like a top 10 receiver this
I
week.
like Robbie Anderson.
DJ Moore could pop off this
Yeah.
week finally.
Teddy
Mike
Bridgewater
Davis
hasn't.
been solid.
Mike
Davis
Davis,
hasn't
solid.
solid.
Teddy B could be a top quarterback this
Yeah.
week.
He,
That could be a shootout.
he really hasn't disappointed yet. So
I expect that to be a pretty good, entertaining, high-scoring game.
I like that. I definitely like that. You think they blow another lead? You think
No, I think Atlanta gets their first dub of the season.
Okay.
Really?
That's my lock of the week, actually.
I think
If they go-
If Atlanta loses, that coaching staff is gone.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
Atlanta loses, that's a wrap for the season. So I think this is a must-win game.
I feel like
That's
it's
what I'm
already low key a wrap.
That sucks, 'cause
They
Dan-
0-4 is such a
Dan
They
big
always
goal.
start off terribly and then somehow are in the playoff race,
Mhm.
though.
Dan Quinn is a good coach too. I feel like out of the coaches that are on the hot seat, like Dan Quinn is actually like a
It's
decent
just
coach.
really like a defensive issue. Just
Yeah.
like for the Cowboys.
Yeah, their defensive coordinator should be on the hot seat more than Dan Quinn.
So,
And like Bill O'Brien already got fired. Like that was crazy.
yeah, Houston sucks.
But yeah, he,
There was a
you-
whole
you
article
think-
saying he lost the locker room and everything.
Well,
That, like,
apparently
none of them liked
him and JJ Watt got in a big dispute, and
Yep.
then all the players just backed up JJ Watt, and so literally the GM and like the
Bye.
owner, yeah, they said, "Sorry, we're not getting rid of JJ Watt."
Deuces.
So see you
Bye.
later. Who do you think's better, Houston or Atlanta? Both 0-4 teams.
I think
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's
high-power
offense is way more dynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they've been putting up a lot of points.
And
They,
let's not forget they were in the Super Bowl just a couple years ago.
and what happened in that Super Bowl? They lost.
They were.
No,
up.
I know.
That's
They
when I said there's
were
no
very close
way
to
the
winning.
Patriots win.
they played probably the best 2.5 quarters of football, 3 quarters of football,
You could play.
and then just
So
the worst 1.5 quarters of football.
yeah,
So that's
an
that's
absolute meltdown.
tough. Yeah,
poor Falcons.
poor Falcons fans.
All right. Well, I have I think Cleveland versus the Colts. Yeah. So both teams are 3-1 right now.
It's a good
So someone's gonna have to lose, and obviously be 3-2. Interesting stat that I found. So both teams have met 34 times in the past, and they have 17 wins apiece.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
whoever,
Very, very evenly
yeah.
matched.
So can Old Man Phillip
Old
take
man
it over
Phillip.
Baker? What do you guys think? The young gun.
The Browns have been looking good, and the Colts have been relying on their defense a
Yeah.
lot. So it's a high-powered offense versus a very stacked defense that's been performing really well with the Colts. So I think that's going to be
This is a good game to watch.
That's
That's an
a
interesting
that's a
game.
very
Good
good game to watch.
That's a game that really can go either way.
Because even Cleveland's defense has been showing up, and like the Colts' offense has been like here and there showing up, but they get their red zones
Their
off.
offense isn't all that.
Their red zone offense is very bad, which makes
Very
Rodrigo Blankenship owners like myself very happy because that man got like 4 field goals last week. He actually got 5. Wow, that's nuts.
That man's ugly.
Yeah, no, that man is ugly. He probably
Yeah,
pulled
we
all
all
the
hating on him.
he probably
You
pulled
hear
all
that,
the
Golden
girls
Eagle?
at his 8 years in Georgia. That man was in Georgia forever. Georgia. He literally was on that team when they were bad, and then when they went to the national championship, or when they went to the semifinal, and then when they were bad again. And now they're like back to being
Good.
Now he's in the league.
And now he's in the league,
A
kicking
lot of
field
good
goals
fantasy
for.
players in that matchup. though.
Yeah, definitely. You think Odell Beckham's a must start, or like
No.
he?
I'm
I
sorry.
actually think he's a chump this week.
Really?
Oh.
He was. I was thinking about putting him on the chump watch, but he avoided my chump watch for this week.
There's no way he pops off again after that 35.
I don't know, man. Odell is just like.
But that defense is good.
That
Yeah,
defense,
that defense
yeah,
is
it
good.
is.
good,
It
and
is.
he's gonna be really in his head when
Mhm.
he's not like in the form he was when he was with the Giants.
Odell is just annoying. Like,
He's
that's just
annoying as
annoying.
fuck.
Because you don't know what the
It's
hell
so
you're gonna get.
inconsistent. You don't. You know
He'll
what
go-
you can get
He'll
though.
go off against chump ass defenses
Yeah.
and fucking go like think he's hot shit.
I
Top
think this
three
is-
receiver still.
This is definitely a statement game for
And
him.
then he'll be humbled by
Yeah.
a good defense. And
Yeah.
If
I
he
think this is
balls
that
out,
week.
it's like
If-
Odell's back.
if he
If he
balls
balls
out-
out this week, I'll eat my words.
Yeah,
but
but
made
I
me
think
eat my words a couple weeks ago.
I think this week he's a flex play, and if
Yeah,
he does
flex.
good this week, then
Yeah,
it's
throw
like
him in your
maybe you
flex.
kind of put him in your wide receiver too and keep him there
He
if
is
he,
my wide
if he
receiver,
keeps
too.
balling out. I mean, it's not a bad wide receiver too, but like the Colts have a very
Last
good
year
defense. so,
was.
yeah.
bad.
Last year it was. He was a lot of people's
yeah.
wide receiver 1 and 2s, and it was
Yuck.
Poor people.
yeah, poor people probably
one
did
of
not
them.
do so well. Another
Yeah,
game
one-
that I think is going to be pretty good is the night game, the Minnesota-Seattle game. I think there's some players in there. Dalvin Cook could make some noise.
I'm
Russell
never
Wilson.
excited to watch the Vikings. You hear that, Julian?
I
mean-
feel like he agrees with you.
Yeah, I
It
did.
never excites me to see
It's-
them on the night
yeah.
slate or whatever. It's
Julian's never excited too. He's
like, I
always
could hear
laying
Kirk
here.
Cousins mic'd up, bro.
It sucks because if they get a more exciting quarterback, then yeah, maybe it'd be a little bit more exciting. But Kirk Cousins is just not fun to
Honestly, it'd
watch.
be
He's-
more exciting if I was quarterback for the
yeah.
Minnesota Vikings.
He's so plain Jane.
Because they got Dalvin, they got Adam Thielen, they got Justin Jefferson. Their
Yeah.
defense kind of sucks now, but their defense has been good.
And then they
I
got
think
Kirk
Se-
Cousins.
I think Seattle is it's in Seattle. I think Seattle's just gonna run. They're gonna blitz them, just literally all game.
Yeah, they better just toast them.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we think
Russ better come up with 6 touchdowns.
say the line is 4.5 for Russ touchdowns, which is a lot, but are we thinking over or under?
Under.
4.5. Really?
Under.
Well, that's just a
4.5
crazy
exact.
bet.
That's a crazy line, but like I would think the
Give me
over.
4 touchdowns.
Okay, yeah, that's probably more realistic.
Yeah. Give me 4
He-
touchdowns and maybe he runs 1 and 2.
Holy shit.
All right.
That would be a
Yeah,
lot of
holy
fantasy
shit.
points.
No, but
That's
I
the
play.
start of the week.
I'm playing
Please,
Russell
no.
Wilson,
Oh,
bro.
well, that's gonna
That's a night game?
yeah, that's gonna be a tough
Fuck,
3
we're gonna
hours
be
to
sitting
watch.
here watching it, and Tyler Lockett and Russell
Yeah.
Wilson are gonna carve me up.
They're
We're
gonna
smirking.
tear apart the
I'm gonna
the
hate it.
Vikings defense. Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, I'm gonna be joining Julian and be a fucking Vikings fan
Oh,
this
God.
week, bro.
Borrow some gear.
Yeah.
All right, so going into the chump watch.
So
Chump
some
watch.
chumps. So last
Chump.
week my chump watch was Miles Sanders, and this week it is not gonna change. Miles Sanders again is gonna be my chump.
Yeah.
Like we told you earlier last week, he was going against the number 1 ranked running back defense. This week he's going up against the number 2 ranked running back defense. So it's like, and he has a game next week too. Who do the Eagles play after this?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, and when you look
Wow,
on the
that's gonna
fantasy
suck.
app, all those are red.
Yeah.
So like this is the chunk of the season.
I'm
for
pretty
him.
sure when I had him, that was one of my main reasons for trading him. Like,
Yeah.
that this part of the schedule is really tough
Yeah.
for running back.
And they're playing Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
who has a very good fucking defense.
Oh, I think Pittsburgh is a lot more stacked than
Oh, yeah, and
than
the
San
Niners.
Francisco.
That's what I
yeah.
wrote here. I was like-
Pittsburgh and then
I
Baltimore.
was like, Sanders struggled against the San Francisco front,
Mhm.
who is severely hurt.
Yeah.
And the Steelers are a tougher matchup,
Oh,
in my
way
opinion,
tougher.
because the Steelers are completely healthy or not completely healthy.
Well,
but
they're coming
they
off
got
a
their
bye.
great players, yeah, and they're coming off a bye,
bye.
which is about my transcendent talent, who I'm going to talk about later.
Yeah.
But last week he only had 8.6, and
Which isn't bad.
bro,
I
that's pretty
guess.
bad for your RB2.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking bad. Until the Eagles can prove that like he can be a prominent force, or they can be competent. Like
Ooh, well, you might be waiting for
that's
a
what
while.
I'm saying. I might start really thinking about trying to move Miles Sanders if he doesn't do good this week. The carries have been down.
Well, he's
every
not going to
single
do
week.
good this week.
I know.
So
He had
That's tough.
20, and then he got down to 18, and then last week was down to 13.
Mm.
So he's just not getting as many carries as he first got.
Yeah.
And then to me, if he gets me 12.5, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'll be not happy. I'll be content. I'll be like, okay,
I expected that.
I expected
he's
that.
predicted to get 14.3. You think under for that, or you think he can?
I
hit
want
14?
to. Since he's on my team,
Yeah.
I want to hope over.
Well, like your true.
but I'm thinking lower.
Yeah, me too.
I'm thinking another performance of 8 to 13.
Yeah. The line for the Eagles Pittsburgh game is only 7, and I think that is
No.
very generous.
Yeah,
I
that
think
is.
Pittsburgh could come out and absolutely kill the Eagles. But I also thought the Niners would pretty much do a lot of
I
damage.
don't know. I was telling Justin earlier that I feel like the Eagles are somehow going to keep up. They're kind of
Oh
like,
man,
I don't know. They think they're on a roll right now, you know?
I hope they don't think that,
Yeah,
because
a
they're
little
definitely
momentum.
not.
So,
I mean, hey, it's good to see that they're like winning and
hey, as long as
playing
number
football.
47 or whoever isn't out
Nathan Gary,
there. Yeah.
hopefully, he doesn't show up to Pittsburgh, but I know he'll be there chasing people.
Yeah.
Crazy. So my chump for this week is going to be the Mr. Toe Mixon.
Oh,
After he
on
absolutely decimated me
Yeah.
last week with 39, I think he is a big fat chump this week. I just Baltimore has a really good rush defense.
the game
and
script.
yeah, he is gonna get volume though. They have realized that hey, if we want to win, we got to feed this man. He's predicted 14.1.
What do you think?
I think under, but I'll say like
13.
Over 10.
I'll say like 10. I hope he gets like 5.
Between 10 and 14.
I'm a Toe Mixon hater because he single-handedly made me lose. But being realistic, I think he'll get like between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
If he gets a touchdown, it'll be a little bit higher. He'll definitely hit the 14 if he gets a touchdown. Who knows? The Bengals might be in it. They might be throwing it. He was catching a lot too. It's crazy. He's not even known to be a pass catcher, but he caught a touchdown last week and rushed for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Baby Le'Veon.
Oh my God, baby Le'Veon, crazy.
My chump is Kareem Hunt simply because of the matchup.
Yeah,
That Colts D is
it's
insane.
insane. Yeah,
Like
running backs have not been very good
and I feel like
going
they're
against
gonna,
the Colts.
I feel like they know that Cleveland is a very heavy run team.
Hmm.
They're going to key in on that, load up the box.
Yeah,
So I think that Cleveland's going to have to air it out a little more. So I feel like Jarvis and Odell are better plays than Kareem Hunt this week.
Indy.
I feel like he'll still get some volume, like with
Mhm.
Miles Sanders. Like he'll get maybe 5-6 receptions,
yeah,
but it's going to be underwhelming. I don't think you can expect too much out of him
That was my bold prediction. Is Kareem Hunt's going
to
pop
go
off?
off.
well,
Spoiler.
well, you got.
Well, no, we said it last week.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
last
we
week.
did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking he's going to ball out.
Indy
He
has the
said
4th
2
ranked
touchdowns,
defense.
And 150 yards.
150.
Wow.
You know?
He's gonna be getting some catches, bro.
All right, well, we'll be talking about this
For the
recap.
recap show. Yeah. I mean, do you think Dearness Johnson has much say in Kareem Hunt's volume that he gets?
I feel like he'll go out there and get 10 carries just because he did last
Ooh,
week.
I don't
He
know.
got 30. Yeah, he got 13.
But Kareem Hunt was still out there balling. So
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to really change for Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. He's predicted 16.2, which is actually pretty high.
Give me the under.
Under? Yeah. I think he gets like 13. But I don't know. I mean, 13 is kind of hard if you don't score a touchdown. So he might.
I think Joe Mixon and Kareem Hunt are on the same boat this week.
Yeah. They'll definitely get volume, but they're playing 2 really good rush
Yeah.
defenses. So that's tough.
You're hoping for a touchdown.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Or 2.
3.
Or if you're Joe Mixon, yeah, why not get 3 again? Shut me up.
Yeah.
Freaking toe.
All right. My chump is Mike Gesicki. I don't know, man. Like the tight ends, like you have Travis Kelce at the very top, and then everyone else just like really.
And
below
George
him.
Kittle.
No,
George Kittle.
You have Robert Tonyan at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
top.
The actual
yeah,
number 1
yeah.
tight end in
And
fantasy.
then you have Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
53.8 points is Robert Tonyan, who got 30 points last week. Who actually
With a baller.
in the 3 games he's played, he's had a touchdown. So he's
Yeah.
He was my waiver wire pickup.
oof, that's crazy.
But back to the chump.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Back to the
and
chump.
Back to
week
the
2 he had one good game, which he had 23 points. But ever since then, including the first week, he hasn't been able to break 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a chump, and it's funny because I'm starting him because it's like that's the only
That's
tight
your-
end I
yeah.
can really pick up.
Oh yeah, I'm
So I'm gonna
starting.
make a trade.
I'm starting Zach Ertz, and
I
I'm
got
not
2 good tight ends.
happy about that.
And who are they?
Hunter Henry. and
I-
Tyler Higbee.
I also have Jimmy Graham too. But I might.
Yeah, I have
You
two
should have
good
played
tight
Jimmy
ends.
I know. I probably should have played Jimmy
I-
I
Graham.
don't know if I would say Tyler Higbee's a good. Tight
No,
end.
I was looking to trade for Tyler Higbee. actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, his value's on the lower side.
Well, maybe you can look to trade for Robert Tonyan or Travis Kelce.
But that'll cost you an arm and a leg to that man.
No.
Other than week
No.
2, Tyler Higbee has been
Ass. He
big
sucks.
ass.
Yeah.
Really?
Ass.
He had 40 yards week 1, no touchdowns. 54 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Eagles week 2, and then week 3
Against
40.
the Eagles.
Yeah, week 3 40 yards, no touchdowns. Week 4 20 yards, no touchdowns.
So what I'm hearing is that everyone just smokes the Eagles. So
But,
like
like-
those games.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
suck.
so if you have a tight end playing the Eagles, like Eric Ebron, maybe he could be good for this week. He'll probably light up the Eagles.
Eric
Yeah.
Ebron.
When do the
Eric
when do the
Ebron.
Dolphins play the Eagles?
When do the Dolphins play the Eagles? I don't think they do.
The Dolphins always beat the Eagles.
Yeah, and I always bet with Stephon, and I always fucking lose. Crazy, crazy.
All right. Well, moving on.
Yeah,
Moving on.
moving on to the transcendent talents. So my transcendent talent this week is going to be the ultimate bounce back candidate, and that's Calvin Ridley.
Calvin.
Who
Oh,
even
I like
if he
that
gets one catch, it's
That
a
is
bounce
a
back
bounce
from
back.
0, because especially I lost by 12 in my league last week, so him getting 0 was
Really?
really
So fuck you,
bad.
bro.
Yeah, that was bad. I could have played Jamison Crowder, who got 13 and won by a point.
No, but you lost to David.
Oh, and I lost to David too.
David,
no,
yeah.
I lost to Toe Mixon.
No.
Yeah, I lost to Toe Mixon.
David
and-
would say otherwise.
Crazy.
And then he'd go,
Yeah, and then he would give us a message.
Whoa.
Whoa. Some more trolling going on.
mad, bro.
Whoa.
Big
My
man.
hands are already moving. But
your
anyway,
hands went.
Calvin Ridley, number 3 wide receiver in all wide receivers, predicted 13.9. I say give me the over for that.
Yeah.
I think he gets a touchdown.
That game's a shootout.
Yeah. Hey, they better not be throwing it to freaking, what was his name? God, I can't remember.
Zacchaeus?
Yeah, Zacchaeus, yeah.
Whatever.
Like, bro,
His
every
name.
time that Matt
Sounds
Ryan
like
would
a-
drop back and pass, it was to 17, not 18. And it's Zacchaeus. I was triggered, one would say.
Yeah, to the
Triggered, one
mythology
would say.
character.
Oh, my God, I was
So
mad.
there seems to be a common theme here of playing people against the Eagles. So my transcendent talent is going to be James Conner.
Oh,
versus
that's
the
a-
Eagles.
That's definitely
Yeah. So the Steelers are coming off a bye week, so everyone should be fresh, healthy and everything.
DJ, wow.
Yeah. James Conner, he was rolling the last 2 weeks before their bye. He had 20.1 and 24.9. So he's in his groove. He's only had 7 targets in both those games. Both those games combined, he's had 7 targets. So it's like you want to see him a little more involved in the passing game than he is, because he can be like deadly off the catch. Because you remember his rookie, or not his rookie year, but the first year Le'Veon was
He's
really
good.
out.
He's
But
very good.
He's really good, but when I see him play, I'm like, I don't know how you're so good.
Yeah. And he had 18 carries and 16 carries, so he's getting consistent touches.
Yeah.
It's not like last year where, remember, he was getting fucked over.
Oh, and I had him
a lot.
He was one of the reasons I
Yeah.
got last place.
And the Eagles are in the middle of the pack in defenses ranked against the running backs.
Yeah.
But I expect the Steelers to be ahead in running the ball and trying to kill clock with James Conner.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he's going to be another 20 points against the Eagles.
He's predicted 14, and people like Miles Sanders, Joe Mixon, Darrell Henderson, they're all predicted to have better games than him. That's
a parlay I would take.
Oh, I would take that in a heartbeat, but I don't think anybody would offer that. I think James Conner finishes top 5 this week.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna
Of course
light
you
up
say
the
that.
Eagles.
Of course you say that.
Why? I mean it's the truth. Dog. Dog. He is going to light up the Eagles.
So that's my talent right there.
All
I
right.
like it.
My talent is CeeDee Lamb. How about them Cowboys?
Cowgirl.
How about him?
So, 5 for 7 targets last week, 2 TDs against the Browns. Second receiving yards on the Cowboys, and he's actually on track for getting 1,200 yards as a rookie.
That's pretty good.
So yeah,
That's very solid.
That is pretty
If you can be a rookie and get 1,000 years, or
1,000 years.
1,000 years.
if you can get 1,000 yards receiving, that's
yeah.
that's pretty good. That's an accomplishment.
I feel like everybody on that team is going to get 1,000 yards because Dak is going to have like 4,000
million.
yards. Yeah, he's going to have an insane amount of yards.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oklahoma Sooner too. Too bad Ryan stepped out of the studio,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, maybe I'll check on him in a little bit.
Yeah, and he'll be like this.
he'll be dreaming.
Man, if we had a camera.
Maybe I'll go record a video and that'll be at the intro.
Yeah.
After the EDP
After
intro,
the
y'all
EDP.
can see him just knock
Yeah,
out.
also shout out EDP. Show him some love.
Hey.
Maybe he'll make some new funny videos.
Yeah.
Because
Start raging again.
Yeah.
EDP.
Yeah.
I want to see his video after the Pittsburgh Eagles game
Oh, yeah.
because I'm sure it would be a lot of rage.
And what if there's a miracle in Philly and they win?
Then I would like to see his video
I'm
too because
telling
there'd probably
you.
be a lot of
Rage.
happy rage.
The
Yeah.
Eagles will play it close.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
I hope
It could
so.
be close, but I feel like either way, Pittsburgh is going to be in total control of that game.
Their defense is just so good. I don't see Carson Wentz being able to move down the field, especially with Greg Ward. Like Alshon Jeffrey might be coming back, and even if he does, like I'm
Hey,
not
Greg Ward's
excited.
a baller.
Greg Ward is a baller. He definitely is a baller. He's the only wide receiver we have.
My bounce back candidate is DeAndre Hopkins against the New York Jets.
The
Please.
Jets.
Give me some
of this.
Jets.
I think it's probably one of the more obvious ones this week. I actually said in the recap last week that I think this is the start of a 20-20-20
Oh,
streak for DeAndre Hopkins. I think he'll get at least 20 points for 3 straight weeks right now. Could you
Okay.
pull up his matchups?
Yeah. He plays the Jets this week, and then Dallas week 6
Oh,
Monday
yeah.
night.
That's
So
points.
that's just points, unlimited points, and then Seattle week 7, which will be a little harder, but it'll
High
be
scoring
it'll
game.
be high
Seattle D
scoring.
is not great.
And it's a division
It's a
game.
division
That's
game.
going to be a good game.
So
That'll
I
be a
think you're
really
going to
good
be getting a lot of points from DeAndre Hopkins this week. I think after this ban, he'll be the certified number 1 receiver this year.
It's crazy too.
I like to hear that.
He's ranked the number 2 wide receiver, and if I feel like DeAndre Hopkins owners are not like they're happy, like they're like high on him of course because he's a beast,
D-Hop.
but like they're not happy because he only has 1 touchdown this year, but he's the number 2 wide receiver in,
Yeah, so let me
in
get-
football because he literally catches everything that's thrown his way.
I don't think so. I don't think you're getting them.
Yeah, that would cost an arm and a
With Eckler and Chubb hurt right now, you are not getting him.
leg.
He is the only
Yeah.
player I can depend on.
Grant's team took a toll for the
Well,
worst
maybe you could
last week.
depend on like
180.
Allen Robinson and the Cooper Cup.
Oh.
No, that was like a.
Oh.
Like, I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't try because I
just
also
can't,
think
no.
he's in
What are you
for
smirking at? I'm not
for
smirking
3
at nothing with
good
that deal.
games. Yeah,
Get the fuck outta here.
he'll probably get a lot of. I could see him getting like 20
Yeah, you
targets
mad, bro?
against Dallas.
You mad, bro? Because you don't got Nick Chubb and Austin Eckler, bro.
You're right, bro. Because I could have
Dang,
been
bro,
undefeated.
it's gonna be tough. At least you're 3-1. If
Oh.
you were like 0-4, 1-3,
Yeah, like
that would
Julian.
be in a.
And I praise the
Julian.
fantasy gods for that.
Speaking of undefeated,
Yeah, speaking of undefeated, Jake, the rookie, is the last undefeated team.
And I play him this week
Yeah.
with my scrubs. So if my scrubs win,
Oh yeah,
thank God.
that'll be a shout out to Tim Patrick.
I don't know if I'm gonna play him or not.
That's in your flex.
If I be Julian, man, shout out to Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk.
Yup.
What a baller. All right, so now we're going to talk about the over-under segment. So, Drew Brees, over-under 19.9.
under
I like that.
Monday night, LA Chargers.
I like that line right there.
Give me 20 points on Drew Brees
All right. I like
because
it.
of all those damn slants. he
I'm
got,
gonna
bro.
say under.
yeah.
But when I say under, I mean like 19 flat.
Okay, so you think Tom Brady can go out there and throw 5 touchdowns against the Chargers, but Drew Brees can't?
I mean, Drew Brees has kind of looked like Tom Brady has looked
Tom Brady had some
semi-bad,
pretty questionable passes tonight.
but Drew Brees actually looks like a 50-year-old man out there. But I understand that he didn't have his number one receiver.
Is Mike
But
Thomas?
he-
If Mike Thomas,
if Mike
is gonna
Thomas
be
come
back,
back, yeah, that's a big factor.
I was thinking like 16 points for Drew Brees.
So the first 2 weeks he got 14, and then week 3 against Green Bay he got 23 because it was a shootout,
Yeah.
and then last week he got 15.4. So he's gotten under 16
That's what
3
I'm
out of
saying.
the 4
I like
games.
19. I like that projection.
Yeah,
Give
What
me
he's at.
20.
he's just not throwing for yard. Like Drew Brees is always accustomed to
You know he
throwing.
wants to shit on
300
the Chargers
yards.
a little bit.
Yeah, he. If he's gonna throw for yards, it could be against.
Isn't
the
that
Chargers.
crazy that Drew Brees is still on the Saints and he's playing against the Chargers, but Philip Rivers isn't the quarterback anymore? Like that's probably the first time. Like that is the first
Until you
time
brought
ever.
that up, I've never thought
Because
about
Philip
that.
Rivers was the quarterback
Yeah.
since Drew Brees left all those years ago,
But
Bless you, good sir.
and it's like Drew Brees is still out here, and so is Philip Rivers, but he's still not on the Chargers. Like his replacement is not there anymore. Drew Brees could have still been on the Chargers playing like that.
You think when Drew Brees retires, they're gonna be like they're gonna remember Drew Brees on the Chargers?
I don't even remember him on the Chargers.
I know.
It's just like, oh yeah, he played for us for a
Yeah.
while.
And they were good.
Yeah, but it's like when
They
I
were-
see
they
Drew
were pretty
Brees,
good.
I don't see him as a Charger. I see him as a Saint.
Was he on the 14-2 team?
No,
No.
he's
Yeah,
gone
no.
because Philip was the quarterback.
That was LT went off and everything. That's crazy. Yeah, they had some good players. All right. So next one, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 18.2.
And their matchup.
Their matchup is a San Francisco.
Over.
Over?
yeah,
You heard it
over.
from the Dolphins fan.
Over by a lot or over like
I like this projection too.
I like 23-24 points from Fitzmagic this week.
Fitzpatrick has been kind of balling. Like
He's going to be
A
in
lot.
passing situations, and he loves to run them in.
Bro,
he
he has
He's a
been.
geezer who loves to just go out there and like lower his head and shoulders and like take hits. He's nuts.
his last 3 weeks he's at 24, 24, 21. So 18 kind of is
Give me a minimum 20.
I don't know. I mean, San Francisco. I want to say San Francisco's
I'll
defense
take the
is
under
good.
on this one too.
I'm saying I think the over, but like I want to say San Francisco's defense is good, but Carson Wentz like actually looked decent for
And
the
who
first
would you
time.
rather play
in
right
4.
now? Carson
Yeah,
Wentz
I'd
or
rather
Ryan
play
Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick. Definitely. It's crazy too because every week they come out and they're like Fitzpatrick's still the starter. Like okay, like we
No,
don't
he's
we don't
not
think
doing
Tua
bad.
like we don't think Tua is gonna come out. They've been in every game, even
No,
week
no.
1 when
They
they
need
lost
to-
by 10.
They need to wait on Tua.
Week 1 they lost by 10. Week 2 they lost by 3 against Buffalo, who's undefeated, and week 3 they lost by 8 against Seattle, who's
He's
undefeated.
been in every single game.
That's crazy. Week 3 they beat Jacksonville 31-13. Yeah, the Dolphins are legit. I definitely think they are.
Legit.
And their next 3 matchups are San Francisco, Denver, and the Chargers. So those, If they
They'll
get
be
some,
flirting in all those games.
if they get some wins, they'll be right there. It just
They're gonna beat
It-
Denver.
they need New England to
Them and the
lose
Chargers
without
will be a
Cam.
crazy game.
Yeah, and it all comes down to if they can win some division games coming up because like Buffalo is really good.
Miami in 2-3 years is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
They
definitely
have
will.
Houston's 2 first-round picks next year.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And
Houston's
they'll-
bad.
And they're going to be good picks too because
Yeah.
Houston's probably going to get a top 5, 10 spot. So, all right, our next one, Kareem Hunt, 16.2.
We already kind of
I
did
know,
him.
yeah, I know
take
Grant's-
the over.
I know
Under.
Grant's saying under.
Under
Yeah,
my chunk.
Yeah, we already covered his bases pretty good.
I
Move
think he's
on.
under. Oh, move on. Okay, so Dalvin Cook, 16.2. They both predicted the same thing.
Against the Seahawks? Shit.
Over.
Under.
He's so consistent.
He is consistent. He really is consistent.
Yeah, give me the over.
But he's really going to need a
A
touchdown.
touchdown, yeah.
I think he's good.
And in
18,
order
20
for-
points,
The Vikings to even be in this game, he's going to have to
Yeah,
score.
he's scored in every single game.
he's our best.
Well, that's
offensive
going to have to
weapon.
keep happening.
Yeah.
Just for the Vikings to keep losing.
He's ranked number 3, and he would easily be number 1 if he caught the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's
He
well,
just
actually,
doesn't.
Kamara's going crazy, so he's probably right where he's supposed to be at. I was about to hiccup.
Oh, you about to throw up,
I
bro?
was about to vomit all over the
Ramen.
studio.
Wow,
Yeah, ramen. Yeah, but
It's kinda
anyways,
fucked, bro.
he's got 6 touchdowns through 4 weeks. You think he has another 2 touchdown, or if he
One
has 2
at least.
touchdowns,
At least one.
he's definitely gonna
There's one.
clear the over. I'll say the over, but it might be a little hard. Seattle's defense is pretty good. All right, next one is D Hop, 14.5.
Hey, it's going to be over for the next 2 weeks,
Yep.
according to Stephon.
Over.
14's easy, huh?
Bro, if he gets me 20, I'm like fiending over here like a villain rubbing my hands together.
Oh my. The evil plan.
Yeah.
All right, Amari Cooper, 14.9.
Over.
Against the Giants,
It's the Giants.
Over.
I don't know
I'll
what's
say
going to happen.
over.
I think either Dak is going to pop off or Zeke's going to pop off.
That
And if
was
that-
tricky.
And if Dak pops off,
Oh,
then
it's so tricky.
if
Mr.
Dak
Tricky.
pops off, then I think
Yeah,
Amari
say
Cooper and
Mr.
CeeDee Lamb
Tricky.
are in for big days.
Shout out SM Mr. Tricky, bro.
Shout out SM Mr. Tricky.
We want to get him to do a halftime show for our podcast.
He should be our intro song.
Wow.
That'd be lit.
Like Lil Wayne and Undisputed.
That would be
And I
lit.
won't back down.
So 14.9. We saying over or
I'll
under?
say over.
Over.
I feel like every week has come and we haven't, like Amari Cooper hasn't had that game yet, and I feel like he's due to have a big game, like a big game, like his 100 yards, 2 touchdowns game.
Last week
I'm
he
not
had,
saying it's gonna happen this week, but I feel like he's due.
last week he had 134 and a touchdown, and then he had
That's pretty
That-
fucking good.
This-
you'll take 27 points
The
any
Giants
day.
have a crazy ass corner though, and I forget his name.
Who?
They have like a really good
The
cornerback.
Giants?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But he's been kind of been like blanketing everyone
Really?
that they've played.
I
So the star
I will
receiver.
I will admit I haven't watched any Giants football.
Yeah, the,
so I
star,
would
the
not
star
know.
receiver
The only
on
thing
each
I've seen-
team that has played against the Giants hasn't done too well. But I mean, there's just so many targets on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The only Giants highlight I've seen is just Saquon tearing his ACL. That's literally it. I haven't watched a single second of Giant football since that.
I watched like one Sterling Shepard catch.
They're just not fun to watch.
They're not. They're
Like,
terrible. They're god
With
awful.
with Saquon, it was like, damn, like I just want to see if Saquon will jump over people.
Yeah, yeah.
And now without Saquon, it's like, all right, how many times is Danny Jones gonna get sacked, and how many times is he gonna throw an interception?
Yep.
So,
Oh, Danny.
oh, Danny Dimes. All right, going to our tight ends. Tyler Higbee, 11.3.
I'm done with Tyler Higbee so far. I'm gonna play Hunter Henry instead moving forward.
Yeah, 100%.
He's ass.
That's why, like, when you're like, oh, I got two good tight ends, it's like, you got
You
one.
have 1.5.
You got
tight
one.
ends.
And Hunter Henry's is 9.5 right here over
Yeah.
under. I think he's gonna go over.
He's always predicted so low.
I know.
I don't get it.
Well, because
I mean, he doesn't
yeah.
he doesn't catch touchdowns. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. And like New Orleans is ranked pretty bad against tight ends
Mhm.
because he's in the green on NFL. Yeah, so I think this is a game where the Chargers are gonna have to score points to
Yeah.
to win the game.
Yep.
And I would hope Hunter Henry can finally get in the end zone, because if he gets in the end zone, he'll end like with 14 or 16.
I swear, if it's not Hunter Henry or Keenan, and just all fantasy owners get screwed like last week
Guyton
with
and all the
oh
other
my
scrubs,
God. That was the
other
worst.
dudes I've never known.
That was the worst. Watching the Chargers put up points, but it not affecting anybody.
Yep.
Literally no.
I
no
had to
Chargers
pick up
owners.
Justin Herbert because Aaron Rodgers is on bye, and
It's a
like
good
my
pickup.
team is already decimated by injuries.
Yeah.
So like this week, I figured I was gonna lose anyway. So I'm like, bro, I'm gonna play the sleepers.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna play the sleepers and just fucking roll the dice.
Hey,
Because if I lose, I was probably gonna lose anyway.
That's
Hey.
what I might do too if
Yeah.
the Bills and the Titans don't play.
Yeah.
I won't have Josh Allen and Josh Jacobs. So
that game's
or not Josh
Fuck it,
Jacobs.
play a
Derrick Henry.
sleeper.
that game's scheduled to go on Tuesday.
So I was
So-
thinking about Teddy B
Yeah.
against the
That would
Atlanta
be-
Falcons,
Bro, and like
I would kind of enjoy watching
yes,
that.
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna enjoy watching and rooting for Herbert and for Hunter Henry
Yeah.
to have a connection. Because if they score, that's double points for me.
So as an owner of Derrick Henry and Josh Allen, so that game's scheduled to be on Tuesday, but
Do I wait?
yeah, that's the thing. Like because
then
if
you're fucked.
if Monday rolls around and like they say, oh, it's canceled, then all the games are done.
for that week.
So what do I do?
I know. I don't know. You got to give us some advice because you got to
That's
give
your
you
team.
got to give the listeners some advice. What do? Do you pick up Teddy Bridgewater?
If your bench is looking nice, that's the safe bet.
Yeah.
Play your good bench players.
Yeah. Like if you have like Stephon Diggs, you can like wide receivers and running backs are a little bit more like you can move them around. But quarterback, if you have Josh Allen or like Ryan Tannehill,
Or a star running back like
yeah, like
Derrick
Derrick Henry,
Henry.
yeah, that's tough. I don't know. What do you think? You think you pick up somebody and play them, even if they don't announce it by Sunday, or do you just
To me-
you just hope?
That's risky.
Yeah, to me,
It's really
if the
risky.
NFL said the game is on Tuesday, I'm gonna take their word for it. and
They
I'm gonna
said,
play those
well,
players.
no. They said it's on Tuesday pending COVID tests. So they said they're testing everybody every day, and if there's one more positive, then they're canceling it.
Okay, well today's Thursday night.
You just
So-
gotta hope that they're not out partying or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Which is
because you'll know if there's any COVID.
but the
people
Titans
by
have
Saturday.
the Titans have 23 positive cases.
You saw
So,
that. You saw that the
yeah.
NFL is trying to like severely punish them. For
They're
that?
trying to make them forfeit the game.
Really.
They're trying to and I saw an Adam Schefter thing that they're either trying to make them forfeit it, or if it doesn't happen, the playoffs are going to be based on win percentage instead of wins. Like if you go 10-6, you beat a team that has 9 wins, but they're trying to make it all on win percentage because they're thinking that some games aren't going to happen. So teams are gonna be like, oh, well, we're playing the Ravens next week. Hey, somebody go get COVID so we don't have to play them. That'd be crazy.
The league has a
Somebody
lot
go
to
get
think about.
Somebody go get COVID so we don't get smacked.
What if
Yeah.
someone will volunteer for that?
23 volunteers
Yeah.
for the Titans. So I don't know. That's a tough matchup for all Buffalo and Tennessee owners. So just keep an eye out for that because we really don't know what to do either.
Yeah, I was looking at the Monday
Whoa.
game since there's
I
two
keep seeing
games.
your hands.
Hey,
My
bro.
hands work too.
You know, you can maybe wait and just pick up a game or a quarterback from the Monday night games. You know,
Mhm.
to see if you get some news about the Titans game like Monday or Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's
The only quarterback you could pick up would be Justin. Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Because other than that, the
I don't know. Drew
Broncos
Brees
and
might be
the
dropped in some leagues too.
Broncos and the Pats play, and who are you gonna start in that?
Yeah.
Brett Ripien.
Yeah,
Ripien.
Tough. All right,
So-
so our last segment, the locks of the week.
What about don't sleep on him?
Oh, I totally missed Don't Sleep on Him. Damn. I was about to screw the fans
I'm
out
about
of
to
the super
I thought I
sleepers.
was asleep during that. I missed
Well, since we just mentioned Brett Rippin, that leads us right into my sleeper, or don't sleep on him. And that's going to be Tim Patrick, the guy
Oh,
who's in my
boy.
flex right now.
Does he stay in your flex?
I don't know, honestly. I look at Marquise Brown and I don't really see anything too exciting with that play. And I see Julian Edelman without Cam Newton, and I'm just like, eesh, I don't know. I really don't know who I'm going to play for my flex this week.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing with Tim Patrick is he scored a touchdown in the last 2 weeks, and he's been developing a rapport with the new QB, Brett Rippon. He had 7 targets last week for 113 yards and a touchdown, and he also has a 25% target share in this offense compared to Jerry Jeudy's 14%. He's a 6'4", big target, so he's going to be a red zone threat whenever they get down there. And with the number 1 target for the Broncos, Noah Fant, as doubtful this week, they said he's probably not going to play. So there's more targets to go around now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriots have the 23rd ranked defense versus fantasy wide receivers, which is surprising. You would think they would be better, and there's no Stephon Gilmore because he has COVID. So
COVID.
Their defense could potentially, I don't want to say it could get shredded, but like their best player and who makes that defense work is Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
And he's done.
So, and they're already the 23rd ranked defense with him against wide receivers.
And like Tim Patrick's not their number, like he's not going to be their focal point. So like he might slip in and get 8 catches without them even noticing. He's owned in 19% of leagues, so he definitely can be picked up in most leagues.
I'm playing him this week as my sleeper in the league just purely because of my situation.
Yeah.
Right. If I had a player like Odell in my flex, there's no way in hell I'm playing Tim Patrick over Odell or over anyone like that.
But there have been a lot of injuries, so there might be a lot of people like you who are
who are in dire situations. So
and he's gotten a touchdown both games, so
I hope for the best. Super sleeper Tim Patrick.
I like it. All right, mine is going to be Hunter Renfrow, and I mean, he's been pretty decent, I guess. I really like him because he gets a lot of targets, but he doesn't really catch all of the targets. Like he got 57 yards last week against Buffalo, who has a good defense, and then he got 84 yards and a touchdown against New England, who has quote unquote the best defense. And he's only owned in 23.8% of leagues, so he's probably available in your league or most leagues. And I don't know, that's a super sleeper if you're really in dire need and there's not any other choices to go with. Hunter Renfrow might be a good one.
He hasn't been that bad.
Because they don't have a true number 1 with Ruggs is good, and then I guess Nelson Aguilar is good or whatever. I'm not a Nelson Aguilar fan. But Henry Ruggs might be coming back this week, so also keep an eye out for that. Anybody else got some sleepers?
I have a
Myles Gaskin.
Again?
I had him last week.
Or you had him for something?
I had him for something. I think I had him for Chump Watch. But now he's on Don't Sleep.
I thought you were super high on him.
What's up?
I thought you were super high on Myles Gaskin.
Well, I don't really know with him, honestly, because he didn't do that well last week, which I thought he was going to do well.
Yeah.
But he gets the touches or carries or whatever, and, I mean, he's only in his second year, so I don't think he's going to be like a transcendent talent this year, but like maybe next year or the year after, I think it's going to start popping off.
What do you think, Dolphins fan?
He's nice. They depend on him a lot. And he's the third down back. He's kind of out there, running down in the box, like getting dirty yards. And he's also on like passing plays, running screens. Yeah. So he's pretty involved in that offense.
So is he like a Eckler, the first year Eckler was in the Chargers, where he's like a low-key guy who could pop off some weeks?
Could be.
He just hasn't scored a touchdown yet. He's putting up like decently good numbers.
Miami's so bad at running the ball. They're like the Bears.
Yeah.
They remind me of the Bears. They just can't. They don't know how to run the ball.
Yeah. Which is tough.
They'll have games where they'll have a running back, go run off for a 67-yard touchdown, of course, but it's just not consistent at all.
Yeah. He is their guy, though. They don't really have anybody else. Like Jordan Howard is
just
like
3 carries for 8 yards.
And Matt Breida is non-existent either. So going into the season, it was kind of determined that it was going to be a split backfield between Howard and Breida, and that just totally went out the window when Myles Gaskin has been providing. And he's gotten 40 yards in He's gotten 40 yards in 2 of the games rushing and 66 yards in 1. And then he's been getting his receptions. He's been getting 26, 36, 29, and 22. So like decently good. Nothing like too spectacular, but he's also just getting ready. He's getting good,
Warmed up.
Yeah, let him warm up a bit.
Yeah, he's getting used to the offense. So
And based on the if you have a juicy matchup, he could be a pretty good flex play.
yeah, I definitely like Myles Gaskin.
All right, Stephon, your sleeper.
Is Mo Alley Cox.
Mo Alley.
Yeah, he's somehow Phillips' favorite target.
Phillip loves those tight ends.
And I don't know. The Browns really have a hard time defending tight ends. So that could be a low-scoring game, which I think is what will happen. But if anyone rips off a touchdown or 2 in the Colts, I think it's going to be Mo Alley Cox.
He's only predicted to get 2.48 points this week.
2.4?
That means he's a super sleeper.
That's
He
tough.
Oh, my goodness. Give me the
Snooze,
over on that by 10 points.
That would be, wow, 2.4.
That's,
Yeah.
no.
Atrocious.
I mean, he did only have 1 reception last week, but it was a 13-yard touchdown. So
Well, there you have it.
there you go. He had 111 yards week 2, and so he was getting added a lot. And then week 3 he had a touchdown against the Jets, and then week 4 he kind of just had that
Yeah,
touchdown.
but who doesn't have a touchdown against the Jets?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to play Mo Alley Cox this week. I have him on my bench.
That's definitely
Sub him for Mike Gesicki.
a good play.
It's definitely a player you could play over Mike Gesicki and like not hate
I know.
yourself for it.
Yeah.
I would still trust Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, I would stick with Mike Gesicki, but like Grant said,
But,
I wouldn't mind risking it.
Especially at
The
tight end.
gap there isn't huge.
And the tight end position is pretty bad, so he could be someone that like gets on the radar.
Yeah.
He's only owned in 14.3% of leagues.
How do you
So
see
go
what
get him.
percentage of their owned him?
You gotta be
You
on the
click on them on the NFL.
Oh, really?
yeah. You gotta be on the
Find that.
desktop, I believe.
No, you can do it on the phone.
Oh, bet.
It tells you.
NFL app is stepping up their game.
Yeah, the
That-
app used to be so bad a few years ago.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh,
The
now it's
app
actually
is
so
okay,
Now
but
it's
the
good.
website's terrible.
Oh, I hate the
think.
website.
I actually think the website is like far superior. Like I do all my fantasy stuff on the website, on the desktop version.
I honestly don't know how people do ESPN.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
like ESPN.
Me doing NFL for so many years, and
I'm loyal to it, bro.
I'm
Bro,
loyal to it, but
it
I
looks
tried
nice.
like another ESPN league with a couple other friends this year, and it's so
For
It's
whatever
just-
reason,
it's
I
just
just don't give a
different.
fuck.
it's
I don't
so
give a fuck about the
different.
ESPN leagues.
It's yeah, it like I don't know. It
I mean,
doesn't
if I
There's
had
matter
literally
to me.
nothing different about it besides just a different app.
If I had money in it, then like yeah, but I've done ESPN leagues and I literally just stopped checking it.
Yeah, I do too.
It's crazy.
And I'm in a league with some fucking morons. Like they might as well just give me my money now. If I told you my team, you guys would.
Who has the better analyst though, ESPN or NFL? Because NFL kind of has some sketchy
Matthew
analysts.
Berry.
Matthew
And
Berry
Grant
is
loves Matthew
fucking
Berry.
funny.
Matthew Berry, bro, you the homie.
He literally just runs a puppet show. I don't get
It's
how.
so
It's kind of funny. I
hilarious.
don't know.
Ian Rappaport's my boy.
Ian Rappaport is the boy, yeah. But like Adam Rank,
I enjoy
Adam
Send-
Rank is a fucking bitch.
send him over to ESPN.
I enjoy
Send him
Marcus
over to the
Grant.
gulag.
Straight to the gulag.
Damn,
All right,
is that
so-
a threat?
So now the locks of the week.
You mean the gulag, bro?
All right, KC over Raiders. Enough said.
Yeah,
Okay.
enough said.
That is enough said. All right, mine is Baltimore over Cincinnati. So I think Cincinnati could, maybe do some damage, but Baltimore is not losing that game.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I want it to be a good game, but I think Baltimore takes it.
I mean, maybe if Lamar, if on Sunday Lamar's out somehow.
Lamar would have to really put up a poopy, stinky game
Yeah.
for the Bengals to win.
Real poopy stinky.
I wonder what his illness is.
COVID.
Oh, that
No,
would
it's
suck.
not.
No, I know. That would suck, though.
Maybe his tummy hurt.
Yeah, maybe his tummy hurt.
My stomach hurt. Well, my 0-2 ass is gonna go with the 0-4 Falcons this week
Oh.
Whoa, okay.
because they
That should be a
just
good game.
they have to win a game, bro.
Yeah. Enough said.
We would hope.
Enough said,
Enough
bro.
said. They got to win a game. They have a
Yeah.
good schedule coming up.
There's
so.
way too much on the line. They got to start winning right now.
That's a division game too. So if they
Yeah.
can win that one, maybe it can add up a little later.
And Carolina thinks they're a little hot right now. They're
Yeah.
like doing better than expected, and
Yeah.
they see the 0-4 Falcons. They probably think they're shitty when they're really not. They just kind of had a rough time playing good teams.
Yeah. And especially the Saints aren't very hot this year, and the Bucks just lost tonight, so they're 3-2
That
and
division's
top
kind
of
of up in the air.
kind of up in the air, even with an 0-4 Falcons team.
0-4. I could see the Falcons going like 10-6
Wow,
God damn.
that would be a
A
turnaround.
if they get their
turnaround.
shit together. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
They have a good
They
enough
usually do
offense.
that too. They
Dan Quinn
progress
would
over
get
the
coach
season.
of the year. He would get coach of the year for that shit.
No, he wouldn't get coach of the
You
year.
don't think
but
so? If they start at 0-4 and then they end 10-6 and make the playoffs,
He would be a candidate.
I just think their losses have been bad. Though.
Yeah, they have, but what I'm saying is they've been so bad that in order to turn it around,
No, yeah,
that
no.
would take some.
I
real
mean, like
gut
maybe
checking.
to like the NFL fans, yeah, but like they always just give coach of the year whoever has the best
Or if the
record.
Jets
So-
turn it around.
Like he wouldn't get
That will
NFL
not
coach of the
happen
year.
for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, if the Jets coach, if they won 11 straight, then yeah, give that man coach of
Adam
the year.
Gaze will
Yeah.
never win 11. In this
He might
year.
not win 11 games in his entire rest of his NFL career.
Yeah.
Adam
I was about
Gaze
to
wins
say-
11 games in a season. I will personally show up and
No.
punch him in
He,
the
he
fucking
won't.
face.
No,
He
give
won't
him a
even win
handshake and
11.
then punch him in the
He
face.
won't even win 11 more for the rest of his NFL career. I
Ugh.
think. He's
There
gonna
you
get
have it.
fired before he gets 11 more.
I think
wins.
he'll get demoted though. He would probably turn into like an offensive coordinator because that's what he was
That would
before.
suck.
And
And
he
not
wasn't
with
bad.
the Jets.
No, not with the Jets.
And he was a good offensive
As a
coordinator.
he was
coach,
he
he's
was
done.
he was a pretty good
Yeah,
offensive
with
coordinator.
the Bears.
He just can't run a
The
team.
Broncos?
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Who the
it was
fuck is
Bears.
gonna listen to Adam Gaze in the locker room? bro?
Maybe he'll be an
With his
analyst.
crackhead eyes. Yeah, blinking around 24/7.
That's funny.
Do you know where you are, sir?
All right.
I don't think he does.
I have the Browns over the Colts. I don't know. Browns are kind of hot right now, man.
Whoa, bro.
Bro, I'm
They're
sorry.
hot,
That's
bro.
sus,
They're
bro.
hot, bro.
Dang, bro.
Ray is sus over here,
It's all
bro.
those Baker commercials.
Those Baker all say
Yeah, Odell and Hunt are doing pretty well right now. I think they're
Yeah.
gonna keep it up. Well, Odell did well last week. That's what I'm referring to. But yeah,
Yeah, their offense and defense has been showing up. I think that'll be a good game. And then Ryan picked Dallas over the Giants.
That was gonna be the one that I was gonna pick.
Yeah, that's a good one. Will the Giants show? Will Dallas allow 50 points against literally no
Yeah.
names on the Giants?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but you never know.
You never know.
I would love to see the Giants win on Sunday, but I don't think that's super realistic. And then
There's
Julian,
no way the Giants win that football game. They don't have the
They
talents.
kept it close last week.
They don't have the talents to compete.
They don't have the guts
They don't.
to compete.
They don't.
And then Julian
That's like the
was,
Dodgers against the Padres. Like that's just not a competition.
Oh.
I give the Giants more
Rip
of a
Padres.
chance. Yeah, I give the Giants more of a chance than the Padres did. It just sucks because the Padres, have to play the Dodgers, and the Dodgers pay for their players. But
So now the Dodgers play the Braves, huh?
they're going to, yeah. Dodgers and
And they're
Braves,
gonna
and
win.
then AL
Oh,
will
yeah.
probably be Game 5 for the Yankees.
With no brim.
Yeah, the Yankees with no brim play the Rays tomorrow, and the Astros. The cheating Astros are
Yeah.
back in the
No,
ALCS.
It's going to be Astros and Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah.
A rematch, but no cheating.
Oh, extra cheating.
I
We'll
hope-
find out 5 years from now that they've been cheating the whole time. Yeah. But anyways, back to football. Julian
Yeah.
picked Seattle over Minnesota. Yeah,
course
the Padres are done. We can stop talking about baseball now. So
There's another thing of Julian picking against the Vikings.
I literally
That's every single week. though.
I texted him. I said, "What's your lock of the week?" And he texted me within 30 seconds. He said,
no
"He
questions
said
asked.
Seattle over Minnesota." I said, "Yeah, I knew you were gonna pick that." He is not on the Vikings bandwagon.
Wearing
Not
his
this-
Viking shirt today.
Not this year. Oh, he loves the Vikings.
I have
I
been
don't-
through it with the Dolphins, man, and I've never been like that.
Oh, I mean, I hate the Eagles right now too. So, and I've been through with the Eagles, but no, the Vikings are pretty bad. So I see where he's coming from.
Jerome's just an angry Vikings
I
You're just
mean-
an angry little boy.
fan. Travis Scott.
You hear that, Mondo?
Angry Travie Patty.
Alright, that's enough troll.
Yeah, it's enough trolling. All right, so bold statements. Bold statements. Does anybody got any?
nah, I'm done.
No.
I already said mine.
Yeah, didn't I say Allen Robinson was going to be a top 5 receiver? So I fucked up on that one.
Yeah. Wait,
He had a good game, but
did we
it's
get
not
bold
looking like-
statements last week
Yeah, we did.
or last show?
Yeah, last show.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta wait for these.
Well,
ones.
yeah.
I don't think Julian gave one, but
I don't think he did either.
It's okay.
Grant said that Kareem Hunt would go off.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one I was thinking of that was pretty bold, but
We'll just let it
can't remember.
lay it on.
It
I
must
said
not
that
have been
DeAndre
bold enough.
Hopkins would have 20 points for 3 straight weeks.
That's a good bold prediction. I like that. All right, well,
Like
I
that.
think
That
that's
wraps
going
it
to
up.
wrap it up. Thank you for listening.
Week 5, baby.
Yeah, week 5
Yeah.
coming up.
Spotify, YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah, make
All
sure
of
to show some love. Call in with any questions. I know you got them. And, yeah, that
How many tackles?
is it.
How many tacos?
How many
Tacos. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers.
Tacos.
Goodbye. How's it going, everyone? This is Jake from the Fantasy Football Outsiders, coming at you from post-production. I hope you guys really enjoyed that last episode of the podcast. We would appreciate it if you share it with your friends and show your family and, just everything that you would do these days. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. We have new episodes coming out every Tuesday and Friday. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode, and see you next time. Take care.